So we're out in the garden again tonight, and we're gonna pick some garlic. So the tops of the garlic have sort of yellowed off, and we have some interesting things going on this year. Some of the garlic has produced like a secondary bulb at the ground level. So we've been noticing that as we've been picking them. And it's been so moist here lately that we're kind of afraid that they're going to rot in the ground, so we're trying to get them up before that happens. So Zach's going to use a pitchfork just to keep the stems intact. So go ahead, Zach. There's some nice little bulbs. I'm pretty happy with the size of these because these are about the size of the organic garden bulbs or garlic bulbs that I bought at the market to plant. So, but isn't it interesting? There's the main bulb and then the secondary bulb. So we have our garlic harvest. This is everything that we picked from the patch from last year. And this is from not that many cloves. Just split apart last year that I planted in the fall. We live in Michigan. But we have some really nice sized bulbs here. I planted them with an organic phosphate, which is supposed to develop roots. So, and I have a feeling that these secondary bulbs are because we planted them too deep. And that is Abigail pitching a fit because somehow she got herself into that fenced area and everybody else is out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wash them up real good, and then I'm going to cut off all of this extra root, leaving a little bit at the base of the bulb, and then I'm going to braid them. So here we have our garlic and trusty hose, and I apologize for the noise in the background. Zach is weed whacking, but I want to get this done before dark, so I'm going to wash these off real good. I might do a second washing after I cut off the root. Let's get a lot of the dirt off. So I've got the garlic pretty clean, but I think I can actually get more dirt off of them. Okay, so to cut the roots off, you just gather them up and snip them off with some scissors. You can trim it up a little bit. We've got a bunch here. Almost done. And the scissors cutting through the mud makes this horrible chalk on blackboard noise. They have this beautiful purple color underneath. So our garlic has been drying for a few days now, and the outer skins are starting to get papery and the stems are turning brown. I didn't want to let it go too long because I still want to be able to have it be pliable enough to braid. Okay, So I've never done this before because last year our garlic harvest was not big enough to even consider braiding. We pretty much just used it to plant this year's. So I kept trying to practice because I figured it was the same concept as French braiding. And the hardest part I found was getting started. And I kept trying to braid from here and these would come unwound. So what I found is if you can kind of cheat, and this is the only color I have, if you could find a clear rubber band, that would probably work better. But when you get started with your first 3, and I did a big one in the center and then like 2 smaller ones on the side, but that's probably good. And what I was thinking is even as the garlic shrinks, as it dries, this, you know, has enough of a pull to it that it might keep the garlic heads together. So you're going to start, I'm going to braid it once just to kind of get things going. And then it's just like French braiding. And you add one, only you add one in the center. With French braiding you just kind of pull it up from the sides. You just add one every time you bring the strings over. You can kind of tuck them in as you go. Oliver. So I have it hanging here. This was just a spare nail that I had. I finished braiding up the stem and then I just hung it with a piece of twine. So it's out on the porch, which is where we keep most of our harvests for a while. These are our chilies that have dried. So I'll have to get my blacksmith husband to make me some hooks to hang stuff.